What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce. It is Monday, February 7th of 2022. We are only 2 days away from the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day. We're going to talk about my top 5 must-have pickups for this week based on my own personal opinion about what's in the guts. That's right, guys, we're talking about the story. We're not talking about speculation or anything else. We're just talking about the story involved in comics, because you know what? That's what comics is all about, reading the story that's inside. Yes, there's speculation and making money and other things, but to me, the main reason why I have this channel is my love for comics and the actual storytelling that happens within the comic itself. So we're going to go over my top 5 must-have pickups based on this week. We're also going to go over my top favorite covers for this week that is just, you know, based on my love for the artwork on the cover itself. And there are 4 or 5, I forgot how many are on my list, but there's some really amazing covers that I cannot wait to share with you guys. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into the video. And the first thing that we're going to discuss is my pull list. I realized I've been doing this video series for a while and I haven't been sharing my full pull list with you. So this week, I'm going to do that. So I went to League of Comic Geeks, I went to my pull list, I have 16 books that I'm personally picking up this week. These are all the books that are on my pull list. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few seconds of looking at this list. Can you guys guess my top 5? Pause the video, go down in the comments, and let me know what you think are my top 5 books. Alright, now that you're back in the video, let's go over what my cover lover picks of the week, and then we'll jump into those top 5s. To kick off our cover lover section, we have a really awesome Black History Month variant from Marvel Comics for Devil's Reign #4. This features Luke Cage on the cover with his bright yellow background. He's wearing like this really gold yellow t-shirt, and it is just a stunning cover. Luke Cage is one of my favorite street level heroes, and I love seeing him featured on this Black History Month variant cover. We're going to follow that cover up with another Black History Month variant from Joshua Sway for Avengers #53. This features Miles Morales. He's got kind of falling off a building, looking all badass. You know, he's still wearing that terrible new costume. Joshua Sway has done an amazing job making Miles Morales just look super badass on this cover. Alright guys, those were all my Marvel cover lover picks. We have one DC cover lover, and that is for Suicide Squad Blaze #1, done by Matthias Berger. I believe this is the B cover for this Black Label book, and it just looks so stinking cool with Peacemaker and Harley Quinn. This just looks awesome to me. Do you guys like this cover? Did Matthias knock it out of the park like I think he does? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. Alright, we have 2 more cover lover picks, and they are outside of both DC and Marvel. What company is making these covers? Alright guys, these last 2 books are from a company that I've never featured here on this channel, and that is Dynamite Comics. I only read 1 Dynamite comic in my whole entire comic book collecting career. I forget what it was, Red Sonja something or other. It's from the new Mariko and Doffel run on that book, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Draculina #1, the Rose Besh cover. I think this is absolutely stunning. Slightly sexy. Yes, it's a more sexy book, but it's Dynamite. Of course these covers are going to be sexy, but I really enjoy Rose Besh as an artist, so that's why obviously this cover is going to be on my cover lover section. And to close out this cover lover section, we're going to wrap it up with a Vampirella Valentine's Day 2022 special. And this cover is done by Sozomaka. She is the latest, hottest artist out there right now. Her Catwoman cover for Catwoman #39, the 1 in 25, completely blew up. And guys, look how sexy Vampirella looks on this cover. Yes, very chesty, but this looks absolutely stunning. Sozomaka, I'm probably completely butchering her name, but this cover is stunning, beautiful. I absolutely love it. I would pick this cover up if it was in a shop. That's why it's on my cover lover section for this week. That wraps up all the covers. There were 5 in total, 2 Marvel, 1 DC, and 2 Dynamite? Crazy. Alright guys, let's jump into my top 5 picks for this upcoming week from the 16 books on my personal pull list. Alright guys, kicking off my top 5 list of the must-have pickups for this upcoming week, which again, it's February 9th of 2022. We're talking about the books that you guys have to be reading, not speculation or anything else. These are the books you have to be reading, and the first book up on my top 5 list is Joker #12. There are 4 covers. This is written by James Tynion in the 4th and art by Giuseppe Camicoli. There is a backup story, but we're not talking about the backup story. No, we're talking about the main Joker story written by James Tynion in the 4th, who is one of my favorite writers. Guys, I was way behind on this book. I think I was 6 issues behind. I read 5 of the 6 issues, so I'm almost fully caught up, and this story got better and better with every single issue. There were some slow issues in there, but this story slowly gets better and better in the creepiness of the story. If you guys don't know what the Joker's about, in the beginning of this book, Jim Gordon is approached by a very rich woman, and she hires him to go hunt down and murder the Joker. What we don't know is the craziness that is going to ensue. And there is so much craziness. We get introduced to a female Lady Bane. We get her backstory, which is absolutely amazing. We also get introduced to this whole family of cannibals, which is insane. We also get introduced to a new group of villains called the Network, and it is just crazy. Crazy what they do. I think in issue 8 or 9, we get this one character's backstory, and they are messed up. And also, there's the Joker involved, and he is just crazy. This is a really good story. There's only 3 issues left, 12, 13, and 14. I cannot wait to see how James Tynion IV is going to wrap up this series. Man, this series is really good in my opinion. Yes, some of the issues were a little bit slower than others, but overall, this series is absolutely fantastic. I will admit, I have not read any of the backup stories. I completely skipped over it, but if you're into Punchline, you guys might enjoy those backup stories. Alright guys, what is my number 4 book? Alright guys, in the number 4 spot, we have I Am Batman number 6. Now, there are 4 covers for this book, and cover A is definitely the best cover of all the covers, in my opinion. Oliver Coipel is such an amazing artist. But this is written by John Ridley and art by Ken Lashley. Ken Lashley is the 3rd artist on this book, which is not a great thing to see when they're rolling on issue number 6 and they're having to use a 3rd artist. But Ken Lashley is a decent artist, and I cannot wait to see what he brings to this book. But the reason why I'm excited for this book is because this has been such a hugely underrated book. I had huge reservations going into this book because it's written by John Ridley, and I heard a lot of bad things about John Ridley's writing before, but his writing on this has been superb. So far, I've been loving his take on Batman with Jace Fox in the mantle of Batman. He also is struggling to become the best Batman that he can be. It's kind of like a 0-year Batman, but from a different person's perspective. He doesn't have everything that Bruce Wayne did when he was young and up-and-coming Batman. So that's really cool to see. He still has a lot of gadgets and a lot of cool things, but I'm really, really loving this take on this character. It's kind of like a fresher look at Batman, and it's also just great to see Jace Fox in this role, in my opinion. Alright guys, what is my number 3 book? In the number 3 spot, right in the middle of my top 5 list, is King of Spies number 3. Now, the funny thing is, I have not read issues number 1 or 2, and you're probably thinking to yourself, how can a book that is the 3rd issue of a series be in the top 5 list right in the middle? This means he's really excited for this book. Yes, I am still really excited to get this book. I actually didn't pre-order issue number 1 for some reason. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I ordered it this week, realizing that I had issue number 2, but not issue number 1. So that's coming in the mail. I'm going to read all 3 of these together, and I cannot wait. It's written by Mark Millar. Mark Millar has written some really, really amazing stories. I personally really enjoy his writing style. It's also art by Matteo Scalera. His art is fantastic. It's stunning. He's the cover artist for a lot of, I think, all the issues so far, and it's just stunning, stunning artwork. But this features a spy, and he's dying, and he's going to go out with a bang and kill as many villains as he can. But guys, one of the main reasons I'm super excited to read this issue of King of Spies is because look at this cover. This character on this cover is 2 people together. The girl is missing her arms, and the dude's missing his legs, and they've kind of tied each other together, and they're gonna fight as one single unit. I cannot wait to see what this character is all about. That is stunning, amazing, creative genius. I cannot wait to see what this is gonna do on the pages of this comic. King of Spies, I don't know. That is my pitch to you guys on why I'm excited for this book. This character is just so freaking cool. King of Spies number 3 is in my top 3 list, and I haven't even read issue number 1 or 2. So, what is my second book? Because that's gotta be good, right? And my number 2 book is 7 Secrets number 14. There are 2 covers for this book. Both are pretty terrible in my opinion, but this is written by Tom Taylor and art by Daniel DeNucleo. This book is incredible. I am a huge Tom Taylor fan. I really enjoy his writing. Not everything he does is amazing, but this creator-owned book is amazing. The emotional hooks that he got me at the very beginning of this series has continued to sink deeper and deeper into me, into my soul, and make me really care about both the heroes and the villains. The twist that he puts on this story, just when you think you know a villain or you know a hero, Bam! He twists on a head and you don't know them anymore. He also has been killing characters that you love, and then somehow sometimes they come back. It is just an amazing story. I love this story. It's also a spy story. That's right, this features a group of spies that are protecting secrets that could destroy the world. It is so good. There's like some fantasy into this as well. There's just so many cool things that Tom Taylor has wrapped into this book, but the main thing that I think Tom Taylor does so well is the emotional hooks. He makes you care about the people on the pages, and I love that. I've cried multiple times reading this book. I know I'm a grown 41-year-old man who is crying over a comic book. I understand how ridiculous that is, but this story is so good to me. I really like it, and I hope you guys will consider what I'm saying and go pick up this book if you haven't picked it up already, because it is such a good book. Tom Taylor, I love this book. You crush it every single issue. All right, what is the #1 book that I think you guys should be picking up this week? All right, guys, and the #1 book on my top 5 list is Moon Knight #8. There are 3 covers for this book. I really like the cover A. I think the other 2 covers are absolute garbage, in my opinion. I'm sorry, artists. I really still don't like those cover B and C. But this is written by Jed MacKay and art by Alessandro Cappuccino. I don't know. I know it's not Cappuccino, but whenever I see his name, I see Cappuccino. But this is a really, really good book. This has been a surprise hit from Marvel that I thought I was going to like, but I didn't know how much I was going to be invested in Mark Spector and the characters around him. That's what I think Jed MacKay has done a great job, is introducing characters that are surrounding Mark Spector, Moon Knight, that are helping build him up as a character as a whole. It's not just him. The story is not just focusing on him. It's also engaging a lot of the characters surrounding, and he's making you care about those characters, and he's making you want Mark Spector to protect those characters, which I think is the best thing that any book can do, is make you care about more than just one character in a book. All right, guys, those are my top 5 books. We got Marvel, DC, and Indie all represented on this top 5 list. Now, guys, this is your moment. Were you guys correct in guessing my top 5 books? Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you were, and the only way I will know if you're right or not, if you left a comment and then you commented on your comment. That's how I'll know if you guys were right or wrong. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are not subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit that bell for notifications. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and sometimes on Friday. We are starting our live stream, hopefully February 22nd, which is going to be a Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Stephanie and I are going to be going live with a cast of other comic book community members. It's going to be amazing. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about comics, obviously, but the actual show will be a surprise for you guys, so tune in for that. We also have our 2,000 subscriber giveaway coming up. We're going to be posting a video for that as well, and that giveaway is going to be absolutely amazing, in our opinion, our best one yet. All right, guys, thank you guys much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for a comic book speculation recommendation. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace.